Um, and then these normies give you vague platitudes that they hope that the platitude sounds good, and that you never challenge them or ask them to elaborate. I find that's like something about normie. That's like an inherent part of normie rhetoric. Like I've gotten into so many like debates on Reddit and like these sites like that where they'll post like a study or some shit, not hoping that I won't read it, and they clearly didn't read it themselves. And it's like the study actually validates my point and like what I'm saying, But those same normies that we see on the streets giving judgmental looks are the ones going home to like beat up their wives. And I've seen this myself. Like, I've been behind the scenes enough times to know this is true. Those same girls, giving you like weird looks and shit, are the ones going online to like cam whore and are quasi prostitutes. Like, it's just the ease with which people judge others, and without even a second thought engage in like the most ludicrous and heinous behavior and degenerate behavior. It's hilarious, but they always rationalize. It's kind of what I was talking about in my one of my previous videos, recent videos, where I said that I was quoting something from the Michelle Langley book, which I reviewed recently, and it was like, most people don't see themselves as capable of the immoral behavior that they judge in others. So that's why politicians are always getting caught with their pants down, and like these conservative politicians are getting caught with anti-homo conservative politicians are getting caught with gay boys and stuff, like gay call boys. And these Me Too liberal guys are being caught as like discovered to be sexual abusers and all that stuff. Because there's always an excuse. Like, when normies engage in morally bad behavior, or at least behavior they consider bad, there's always an excuse for them, but for nobody else. That's kind of like what leads into this whole mentality that they seem to have, where they judge other people, but then they go on to behave in ways that are like way more inexcusable. And you see this in women too, actually. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous video, but whatever. Like, a women will individually admit to being bad people. And I've seen this ad nauseum. Like, they will individually say, I'm trash, I'm garbage, I'm bad, blah, blah, blah. But they all buy into the women are a wonderful belief. The individual female who admits that she's a bad person thinks that her shittiness is the exception. Like, she thinks she's special. It's almost like a reverse of or like a version of what these hypocritical politicians do. And women like this perception, like they like this idea of the man that doesn't feel pain. It's kind of reminds me of how like this affinity that a lot of people have for pets, and like women in particular. You see on Tinder and shit all the time, oh, dogs, dog pill. But I think part of the reason that they're so obsessed with these fucking animals is because the animal is non-critical. An animal, in a sense, doesn't feel pain. Like, they can treat that animal however the fuck they want, and the animal is too stupid to realize that it's being screwed over, by this human. They'll probably even still love you, you just, as long as you like. It's kind of like the Stockholm syndrome, in a way. It's like they have affection for their captor because they're too dumb to realize like how they're being sort of screwed over and victimized.